Celotex is the market leader in rigid PIR insulation materials. From its headquarters in Suffolk, Celotex is at the heart of energy efficiency measures aimed at achieving the UK's carbon reduction targets. This video outlines practical installation advice on Celotex PL4000, our high-performance thermal insulation board where PIR insulation is bonded to 12.5mm tapered edge plasterboard. PL4000 is available in a range of thicknesses and possesses an inbuilt vapor control layer. It can be used in new build applications as well as providing the perfect solution for refurbishment projects. Prior to installation, it's important to ensure the wall is sound, secure, free from contaminants, and dry. The benefit of using a direct bonding method is not only speed, but it also allows for variable flatness of the wall. Concrete should be dampened prior to application, and on occasions a primer may be necessary. The drywall adhesive should be prepared, mixed, and applied in line with manufacturer's instructions. In all instances, the background should be plumbed for alignment, making allowances for high spots on the masonry. Mark chalk lines on the floor and ceiling to establish the new wall plane. Vertical guidelines on the wall should be marked at 1200mm centers to indicate the positioning of the boards. The installation should start from an internal corner or a window or door reveal. A continuous bed of adhesive should be applied around the perimeter of the wall as well as around any surfaces or other openings. This is especially important when considering the airtightness of the building. All conduits and piping should be installed prior to commencement of all works. The insulating backing of the laminates should not be removed to accommodate services. With each dab approximately 75 by 250mm in dimension. Individual dabs should not bridge boards. Typically, the adhesive dabs should cover at least 20% of the board area. The board should be cut approximately 15mm short of the floor to ceiling height and positioned with the bottom edge resting on packing strips. Tap the boards into position with a straight edge, checking alignment with the chalk lines. Once positioned, the board should be lifted to the ceiling edge using a floor lifter and supported until the adhesive is set. Once set, nailable fixings should be applied at the midpoint of the board and approximately 25mm from the board edge. Other boards should be installed closely butted together using the same technique. Metal framing systems can also be direct bonded to the wall. The same preparation and setting out procedure should be used. Additional vertical and horizontal lengths should be applied around surfaces, doors, and windows. Regardless of the method used, additional consideration should also be given for the fixings of cupboards, radiators, etc. Commonly, timber frame battens or metal frame systems can be used to support the boards. As for a direct bond method, correct preparation of the wall is essential. The installation should start from an internal corner or a window or door reveal. The board should be cut approximately 15mm short of the floor to ceiling height and positioned with the bottom edge resting on packing strips. Place the boards into position on the frame, checking alignment with the chalk lines on the floor and ceiling. Once positioned, the board should be lifted to the ceiling edge using a floor lifter and supported with additional packing at the base of the board. The board should be fixed using appropriate drywall screws at 300mm centers along the vertical and horizontal elements of the frame. Other boards should be installed closely butted together, ensuring 3 screws are fixed along each tapered edge and positioned equally along the height of the board. For windows, reveals, and external angles, it's important to consider the junction of the installation to avoid thermal bridges. The board should be extended beyond the corner. Cut back the insulation to form a neat junction with the reveal board or wall lining. Apply a bed of adhesive and place the cut board into it. Once the adhesive has dried, 2 nailable fixings should be installed halfway up the board and 25mm from each edge. When using Celotex PL4000, there are a variety of thicknesses available. Thin solutions are available for specific use in reveals. For board joints, an appropriate joint filler should be firmly placed into the tapered edge, with tape then set into the filler. Trowel apply 2 or 3 applications of jointing compound, allowing each to set before the next application. Each application should be feathered out beyond the previous application. Screws and nails should receive the same number of applications. In circumstances where square edges meet, it will result in a raised profile. In these situations, the secondary application of joint filler should be omitted. The feathering should be extended to conceal the joint. For internal angles, simply crease a jointing tape and follow the same procedure for board edges. At external angles, an appropriate corner tape can be used, or alternatively, an angle bead can be used when extra protection is required. A finishing skim coat of 2 mm of plaster should be applied to complete the installation. Apply plaster to the boards and joints with firm pressure. The joint adhesive should be firm but not quite set. 2 applications should be used to achieve the final thickness of 2 mm. Apply the second coat onto a wet primary coat and trowel to a smooth flat finish. Once dry, the final surface is ready to be decorated. Consideration should be given to the need to prime the surface prior to painting or papering. Celotex PL4000 is a fast and efficient solution for new build applications, or to provide thermal upgrades in any refurbishment project. The premium performance of Celotex solutions will help to optimize your space.